Proven tips for getting your ex back that really work. My name is Coach Adrian, love and relationship coach, here to help you bounce back after a painful breakup and maximize your chances to be with the person that you love most. A lot of times in coaching sessions, individuals reach out to us for proven tips that have worked for others that they can leverage to turn their process of breakup recovery around. And it felt important to do a video to be able to share some of that knowledge, some of the things that I say to the individuals that reach out for a private coaching session. And it's very difficult to get your ex back until and unless you have actually put a plan in place to improve yourself. I'm going to assume that you've already watched a lot of content about this process of breakup recovery and that you know some of the fundamentals. You know that right after the breakup, you're in a very heightened emotional state and that you're more likely to make a mistake than to actually say something or do something that's going to make your ex want to be with you. And even those that are successful in pulling a stunt like this off usually end up getting broken up with a few weeks or a couple of months later, because in reality, you guilt tripped or you manipulated that person into taking you back. They're not convinced that they want to be with you, but perhaps they feel bad, or perhaps they're scared of being alone. And that is not what we are about. My goal is to help you build a sustainable relationship, one in which both parties can be happy, and one in which both parties do not fear that their partner is just going to walk out on them any given day. And so, most often, once you've been able to take that step back, it is important for you to actually work on yourself. And you want to figure out ways to improve different aspects of your life that may be lacking, that may have lacked during the relationship, or that may be lacking now. And in general, my experience has been that most people tend to isolate themselves, to not be social enough, to start to not take care of themselves physically in how they look, or with their diet, or with their sleep. And it's very, very difficult, really, to make significant steps forward if you don't have these fundamental aspects of your well-being figured out. Of course, you may not be where you want to be just yet, but the important thing is for you to put a process in place that enables you to take steps forward every single day. For some, that can be done through journaling. For others, it can be done through affirmations. And for others, that could also be done just through goal setting. If you set 5 small goals every single day, it doesn't have to be huge things. But if you're able to set 5 goals that you know you can achieve and you follow through every single day, you are going to reshape your life completely. After a month, you will not be the same person. So it's important for you to be thinking in terms of actions and for you to be consistent. In some ways, you have to stretch your comfort zone. I know that many of you are not motivated to do anything. You're still in that funk. You feel bad about yourself. You feel down on yourself. And that's okay. But you have to start to take steps forward. It's the only way to get out of that funk. And it's the only way to ultimately enable this person that you love so much to realize that it is in their best interest to be with you. not because you've manipulated them, but because you have grown into an irresistible individual that they want to be around, that they want to share things with, that they want to laugh with, that they want to travel with. And it may seem like this is impossible, that it won't happen to you, but I guarantee you that it is actually very possible, and that it happens to people just like you who commit to this process and who have support along the way to get there. Ultimately, it's about proving to yourself that you're not this broken version of who you became towards the end of the relationship or after the breakup. And also, indirectly, showcasing to your ex that you are willing to change, that you're willing to improve on the things that they thought that you could not improve, or that you were not actually committed to improving. And there are simple steps that you can take that can help completely, drastically change the way that your ex sees you. And if you're committed to doing the work, I invite you to click on the link below and to check out our free trainings to help you take those steps and ensure that you will see results faster than you would if you were just kind of winging it, because that's kind of what we do. But you have to be committed to doing the work. We cannot just do it for you. Ultimately, once you have taken those steps, you cannot let your ego get the best of you. It is not an ego battle. It is not about trying to have the last laugh or trying to get your ex to reach out to you first. No, it's about rebuilding healthy dialogue. It's about showcasing to your ex that you're interested in a way that does not come off as desperate or needy or clingy, because that will repulse your ex. People want to be inspired. People want to be with someone that makes them feel safe, that makes them feel like they can build something beautiful together. And it's very difficult to convey that to someone when you're needy and desperate and putting them on a pedestal. And sometimes it takes a little bit more time than you want it to, but it's worth it. And at the end, you'll feel so much better, no matter the outcome, because you will be proud of the work that you've done. The process of moving forward after a breakup, the process of healing, and the process of maximizing your chance of getting an ex back is one and the same. You don't have to choose between moving on and trying to fight for your relationship. That is a false dichotomy. It is not true. In certain cases, once you have done everything possible to try to get back together, and your ex isn't able to match your level of growth, or simply you realize that they're not the right person for you, despite the fact that you have feelings for them, then in some cases, yes, it is necessary to move on. But at this stage in the process, until you have done all the right actions and approached this process the right way, most times it is way too early for you to make that call. And I say this because 9 out of 10, I shouldn't say 9 out of 10, it's more like 7 out of 10 individuals that reach out to me feel like it's over. It's like they feel like, they're reaching out as almost as a last resort. It is true that 30 to 40% of the individuals are actually ahead of the curve and proactively reach out because they get it and they are able to find our resources very quickly after their breakup. But the point is that if you're willing to do the work, you don't have to throw in the towel right away. And I know from experience that most of you have not yet done everything that you could to bounce back the right way. Of course, throughout this process, it's important for you to be able to understand boundaries, to respect your ex's boundaries, and also for you to set boundaries in order to enable yourself to heal and to grow. most of the mistakes happen because boundaries are broken. You're not able to respect certain necessary boundaries that an ex has set because you're too eager to reach out and to reconnect. And you're making it about you and your feelings and your emotions, which quite frankly annoys your ex. They feel disrespected and violated, and that's sometimes when you end up getting blocked everywhere, or where they start to say nasty things that you feel like are unwarranted and that you don't deserve. And if you get yourself to that space, I don't want you to feel bad or sorry for yourself. You perhaps needed to learn from those mistakes in order to right the ship and in order to continue to grow. And so then your challenge is to continue to move towards a happy place. You need to be able to stop connecting your sense of happiness and well-being to the prospect of getting back together. Because if you do that, you're still going to make mistakes. You're going to go through a lot more heartache and pain than is necessary. And quite frankly, you're going to lose a lot of self-respect along the way. And that is not what I want for you. And it's quite frankly easily avoidable because you can focus on the things that you can control. You can do things that bring you purpose and well-being and happiness, and in turn that will cause your ex to be curious. Even if you're blocked, even if you're not on social media, there comes a point in which your ex will start to ask questions about how you've evolved, how you've grown. And that's why many people who feel like it's not possible actually are wrong. Because I have seen individuals get back together after 3.5 years of separation. I've seen individuals get back together after divorces. I've worked with individuals who have gone back together with a rebound relationship, who dated their ex. All sorts of scenarios and circumstances that from the outside looks like it is done for good. But the reality is that ultimately what brings me joy and happiness is not when two people get back together. I've seen it enough to kind of, I'm happy for my clients when that happens, but that's not what truly moves me. What truly moves me is when individuals have completely transformed and redefined themselves and their lives as a result of a painful breakup. And because of that, are able to be in a healthy, sustainable relationship with that person that they first broke up with. There's a big difference between the two. That is true breakup recovery. That is what our philosophy is all about. So, if you adhere to that, please like the video, let me know in the comment section as well, so that I can get fired up. I learn from your experiences and I am fueled by your fire and your trust and your love. So I am eternally grateful for this community and for the fact that I get to do this and to work with amazing people all over the world every single day. You enable me to fight the good fight. And so I thank you for that. And I encourage you to please continue to support our videos and our channel so that we can continue to provide you with awesome, relevant content. So keep fighting the good fight, my dear friends, and see you soon on LA TV for more awesome videos.